What's going on, Halloween fans? My name's Dave McRae. So in this video, I want to give you my thoughts on the official poster for Halloween Ends and the official synopsis. Now, if you want to know my thoughts on the teaser trailer, go and watch the video right before this one. It was a live stream. It's about 80 or 90 minutes long, and I give you my first impression thoughts. I watched the trailer twice, and then I jumped online, and I want to thank everybody who tuned into that stream live. We had about 1,300 people watching live. That's the most I've ever had watching at one time. That shatters last year's record when the Kills trailer dropped. I think I had about 1,100. So 1,300 is the most I've ever had. I usually average about 150 to 300 in there, depending on what I'm talking about. So thank you to each and every one of you that watched live. But in that stream, I just talk about the teaser because I had no idea that the poster and the synopsis had dropped as well because I jumped online so quickly. So let's talk about that poster and the synopsis. Let's dive into this. Let's go over to the other screen now. This comes to us from Brad Miska of Bloody Disgusting. Good old Brad. Hope he's doing well. I don't know him. I just, I know he's been with the company for a very, very, very long time. So hopefully he's doing well. Says here, Halloween Ends trailer. Michael Myers and Laurie Strode finally fight to the bloody end. And we got an ad. I love this image. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on why you think I like this image. It may not be as obvious as you might be assuming. There's a few things in here that I really like, and I would like you to comment below and let me know if you know what they are. It's a great image. I'm digging it. The Halloween Ends trailer is finally here, and at long last, Michael Myers and Laurie Strode are going to do battle until the bitter, bloody end. The footage is a quick montage of scenes that culminates with the long-promised battle between Michael and Laurie, ending with the Shape trying to shove her hand into the garbage disposal. Ugh. After the duo's fights in Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween H2O, Halloween Resurrection, Halloween 2018, and Halloween Kills, will evil finally die tonight? I see what you did there, Brad. I see what you did there. Director David Gordon Green has recently teased that there will be a 4-year time jump from the events of Kills to the events of Ends, and it's said to be more intimate and contained. I like that. I like that. We also finally received an official poster and synopsis, which you can read below the trailer. Let's go below the trailer. Official synopsis. This is quite long, but it's got sort of, well, there's a lot in here. There's a lot of stuff. They're trying to kill several birds with one stone in this synopsis. After 45 years, the most acclaimed, revered horror franchise in film history, is it? Maybe. Reaches its epic, terrifying conclusion as Laurie Strode faces off for the last time against the embodiment of evil, Michael Myers, in a final confrontation unlike any captured on screen before. Really? Wow, we're going to hold you to it. We Halloween fans are going to hold you to it. Just saying. Just saying. Only one of them will survive. Ooh, spoiler alert. Icon Jamie Lee Curtis returns for the last time as Laurie Strode, horror's first final girl. Is she? Is she really, though? Maybe. And the role that launched Curtis's career. Curtis has portrayed Laurie for more than 4 decades now. One of the longest actor-character pairings in cinema history. That's true. When the franchise relaunched in 2018, Halloween shattered box office records, becoming the franchise's highest-grossing chapter and set a new record for the biggest opening weekend for a horror film starring a woman. Very cool. And not only that, still to this day, I believe anyway, I don't think anything's ever, still to this day, it is the highest-grossing slasher movie in motion picture history. Pretty darn cool. That would have been one of the records it would have broken. Okay, now let's get to the real juicy stuff here. Oh, my light went out. Well, that happens. What are you going to do? I've had that thing on for quite some time. All right. 4 years after the events of last year's Halloween Kills, Laurie is living with her granddaughter, Allison, Andy Matichek, and is finishing writing her memoir. Michael Myers hasn't been seen since. Laurie, after allowing the specter of Michael, ooh, I like that. After allowing the specter of Michael, I like that. Laurie, after allowing the specter of Michael to determine and drive her reality for decades, has decided to liberate herself from fear and rage and embrace life. But when a young man, Corey Cunningham, Rohan Campbell, is accused of killing a boy he was babysitting, it ignites a cascade of violence and terror that will force Laurie to finally confront the evil she can't control once and for all. Ooh, there's a lot to unpack there. Nick Castle, the original Michael Myers, had recently noted that Halloween Ends will be a surprising conclusion to David Gordon Green's trilogy, while makeup effects artist Chris Nelson similarly teased that the third installment in the trilogy is weird and different. And John Carpenter similarly called the new movie a departure in a recent interview, and you guys know that one of my trusted contacts, somebody who would be in a position to know this information, told me back in May that it's different. I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot to unpack. Halloween Ends co-stars returning cast Will Patton as Officer Frank Hawkins, Kyle Richards as Lindsay Wallace, and James Jude Courtney as The Shape. Here is the official poster. The official poster for Halloween Ends, folks. Now, I'm going to bring it up here in its entirety so you can see it without me having to scroll, I should say. But I'll tell you what I like. So first of all, I like that it just says ends this Halloween. I like that. That's cool. I like that creative choice. I also like that it appears to be sort of a mix, a hybrid between the 18 poster and the Kills poster. Kills is on here with the fire ambers and the glow from sort of the fire, right? But then, of course, the mask is more in line with the Halloween 18 mask, but a bit dirtier, a bit grungier, a bit more weathered. So, you know, it's kind of like a melding and a blend of the two. Okay, let me just bring this up here. There you go. There it is. So yeah, what do you guys think? Comment below and let me know your thoughts. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? I'm there with a lot of you that also thought that maybe they were going to put Michael front and center, sort of a straight on image, because obviously with Halloween 18, we had him on the left side of the poster. With Halloween Kills, we had him on the right side of the poster. So, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility to think that maybe they would put him front and center, sort of facing straight on. That might have made a nice symmetry there, but I don't know. At first look, it's probably my least favorite of the three posters. But maybe it's just because I've just seen it like 20 minutes ago, and I just needed some time to kind of, you know, marinate a bit. I need some time for it to marinate. I don't dislike it, but I think my favorite part of the poster, at least at first sort of look, would be the fact that it just says ends, and it says ends this Halloween. It doesn't say Halloween ends. It just says ends this Halloween. I like that. I dig that. Okay, let's move back over to the other screen here. Now let's dive into this synopsis, the last paragraph there that really sort of gives us, you know, some tidbits of information about what the story is going to be. We know that we are indeed fast forwarding 4 years into the future, and we know that Laurie Strode is now living with her granddaughter, Allison, and she's in the middle of writing her memoir, which is probably very therapeutic for her. I mean, even in my short film, It's Me, Billy, we had Jess Bradford, you know, at some point in her life, she wrote The Belmont Murders, which I'm not going to say was a memoir, but certainly was very therapeutic for that character. So it's not uncommon to sort of go this route with certain characters. Writing things down can be very therapeutic. That's a very real thing. I've said on this channel many times that, you know, from a character perspective, I'm very interested in knowing, because we are fast forwarding 4 years into the future, where is everybody now? Like, where is Allison? How has she dealt with the death of her mother and father on the same night, losing her mother and father on the same night at the hands of Michael Myers? How has Laurie Strode dealt with losing her daughter? But also, what I'm really interested in, and I've said this for, you know, months now, is in Halloween Kills, Laurie finds out from Hawkins it was never about her. It was never about her. I mean, for 40 years, that was her identity. She lived and breathed Michael Myers. She thought it was about her. She thought he was coming after her. He was just waiting for the right moment. He never was, according to Hawkins. He never was. It was never about you, Laurie. It was never about you. What does that do to somebody? She's wasted her entire life. It's affected her relationships and her family and her children and her grandchildren. Oh my God, it was her identity. It was her sole reason for living. What does that do to somebody? So that's fascinating to me. And I hope they address that and go into that. And I think they probably will. But now that leads us to Corey. Now, I've been aware of this rumor about this Corey individual for a little bit. I have, received DMs and been tagged in posts where I've seen the individual that was doing a bit of the scooping in regards to this. And it looks like they were right. I don't know who they are. So I didn't know how credible or not their sources were. It's not personal. I just don't know who they are. So I have no history with them. But I have known about this for a little bit, and the reason why I haven't jumped on to talk about it is because I wanted to wait for the teaser trailer. I wanted to wait and see if this character was actually in the movie because, there were rumors going around, but it was kind of difficult to pinpoint whether or not he actually was in the film. At least it wasn't readily available because I don't even think he was listed on the IMDb page for Halloween Ends. He probably is now. But I don't think he was just a matter of like a couple of days ago. So I just wanted to gather my thoughts and wait for confirmation from the teaser trailer. And we got it. And we got it in the synopsis as well. So what are some of the things that are out there about this character? Well, remember a long time ago when David Gordon Green said that there was a Christine vibe to Halloween Ends? He took the script to John Carpenter and he was like, hey, John, is this maybe a little too Christine? And we were all, myself included, like, too Christine? Where does that leave us? Like, how does that work? Christine, it was kind of difficult to figure out exact, we had, lots of theories and all that kind of stuff. Well, according to some of the rumors that are out there that may be true, this character Corey plays quite a big role in this movie. And he might have an obsession with Michael Myers. And he might, go down the path of being, very obsessed with Michael Myers. Very much kind of like how Arnie was obsessed with the car. And maybe, just maybe, because you'll notice in that teaser trailer, there's a shot of Michael opening the door just before we see Laurie pointing the gun. There's a shot where his left hand is on the door and he's got all his fingers. Now, I'm not saying that's not James Jude Courtney. I'm not saying it's not Michael Myers, but it wouldn't surprise me if they're going that route. Maybe they're going the route where, I don't know, does he become possessed? Is he mentally ill and he wants to dress up as Michael Myers, like how Arnie sort of wanted to almost become the car? I mean, he gets in the car, he's like in love with the car. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe there's parallels there, right? There's sort of parallels that I can start to kind of go, if that is it, and I'm not saying it is, but if it is, I can kind of go, yeah, I kind of see that a little bit. And was that actually Corey dressed up as Michael? I mean, there's even a shot in the trailer where Michael is wearing a ring. It's really quick, but you got to pause it. He's got a ring on. What? It wouldn't surprise me if this was actually Corey. Now, I don't know in what context. I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe it's got something to do with, that he's mentally ill and he's obsessed and he dresses up like Michael and then the real Michael shows up. I don't know. I'm speculating here. But come on, I mean, it is a little strange because we see his left hand and he's got all his fingers and there's one shot where he's got a ring and it's like, well, what does that mean? Like, it could be a bit of misdirect. I'm not saying that we didn't see Michael in the teaser. We did, because when Laurie stabs his hand, it's his left hand and he's missing 2 fingers. Well, if he's missing 2 fingers there, okay, that's Michael. But if he's not missing fingers, and maybe that's something, like maybe that's an identifier, right? Maybe that's how they end up knowing it's not actually Michael doing the killing and it's Corey. Or, you know, I don't know. I'm shooting from the hip here. I'm speculating. The teaser is really fresh, you know, and I'm just thinking to myself, well, you know, maybe it's something to do with that. And then I think about, you know, the things we've been hearing, right? Weird, different, departure. Well, Corey dressing up as Michael Myers would be weird for sure. I joked about how when I saw the teaser earlier, I had joked to Darren and Frank of the Slaughtered Lamb Movie Podcast. I said, you know, Laurie looks like she's dressed in her, like she's got the blue shirt on. She's got like, does she have tight blue jeans on? Or is it? She kind of looks like she's cosplaying as her 1978 self. I joked about that. And then there was a gentleman who goes by the screen name Jay Leo, who on my live stream said that maybe they actually are cosplaying. Like maybe they're kind of, and I kind of laughed and I thought, well, could this be like a role-playing thing? Like kind of what they did with Leonardo DiCaprio's character in Shutter Island? I know what you're thinking. Oh, come on. No. That would be weird. That would be weird. I mean, maybe this Corey guy is so far gone or possessed or obsessed that he's role-playing as Michael, and the only way to snap him out of it is to kind of go along with it. And so Laurie dresses up as her not. I'm not saying, listen, I know it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm just saying that, is that what's going on? Or is it just, you know, maybe she's wearing a blue shirt that just so happens to look like, you know, herself in 1978, and that's just kind of a little nod to it or whatever. That could be it too, you know, but I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. Is there some sort of role? I don't know, but that would be weird, right? When it comes to the Halloween sort of universe, that would be weird. That would definitely be weird. It's all going to come down to what kind of a movie is this, right? Is this a character-driven film or is this a plot-driven film? Plot-driven movies are usually, you know, about events and, you know, the characters reacting to those events. I mean, there's more to it than that, of course, but I'm trying to give you the Cliff Notes. And most of the Halloween films, all the Halloween films really are plot-driven films, right? They're all about the events. I mean, we have had some character, you know, things in some of the Halloween films, but a character-driven Halloween film we have not had. Character-driven movies tend to focus more on the characters and the relationships and the arcs and the transformation and all that kind of stuff. A lot of dramas are character-driven movies. And we know from David Gordon Green, like I said, this is going to be more of a coming-of-age movie. He has said that. This is, you know, it's got the Christine vibe. And so maybe, you know, I mean, obviously I would expect to see all those things that I want to see, which is, you know, where are the characters now and how they're dealing with the residual effects and all that kind of stuff. But maybe you bring this other guy in there and yeah, you've got this other thing here and you know, and now it becomes really character driven, right? Because now it's all about maybe saving Corey from the grasps of Michael and some sort of possession or spell that he's under. I'm not saying like literally like Michael has done some sort of voodoo on him. I just mean, I don't know, it's part of the supernatural thing or so. I don't know. I'm shooting from the hip here. We know that those rumors were true about a character named Corey, about the actor playing that character in the movie. So there's no reason not to believe that there might be some validity to some of the other stuff that has been sort of circulating around that character and his role in the film. And I'm not saying it is going to be that, but if it is, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it wouldn't surprise me if there was somebody else in the mask there as well. Now, where he gets the mask, where he gets a jumpsuit, I don't know. I have no idea. But it's interesting to speculate on. I just want, like I've always said, at the end of the day, just don't insult the intelligence of Halloween fans. Try not to be too, well, it's too late now, but I'm just saying, I hope they haven't tried to be too avant-garde and too artsy-fartsy. It's a Halloween slasher film at the end of the day. Just bring it in nice and steady for a nice landing. I don't mean you don't tell a good story or you don't take some risks, but let's not go overboard and forget what, at the end of the day, what this is really about. Now, having said that, I could go watch the movie and it could be all those things that we've speculated on here today. And I could be like, this was fucking great, because the execution was really good. It didn't feel shoehorned in. It felt very organic, right? Do you know what I'm saying? And we could walk away going, well, you know what? They stuck the landing. They nailed it. It was weird. It was different, but it wasn't insulting to Halloween fans or the legacy of Halloween or the Halloween franchise or John Carpenter's original. No, they've done a good job here. Not what I would have done, but you know what? It was all right. It was solid. It was good. It was fine. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for, at the very least. But I don't know. I have no idea. It's going to be interesting to get more material, more marketing material as we get closer to the release date. And of course, we'll be talking about it here on the channel. And it's fascinating, man. Lots to dissect and lots to talk about. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Talk to me about the poster. What did you like? What didn't you like? Talk to me about the synopsis and this character of Corey. What did you think about the hand that suddenly had fingers? What did you think about the right hand that suddenly had a ring? What's going on here? Start the discussion below in the comment section and let me know. My name's Dave McRae. If you want to follow me on social media, you can. There are my links right there. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all my links are in the description. Check them out until your heart's content. And when your heart is content, check them out again. That's going to do it for me, at least for now. I'll probably have some other videos as I let the teaser marinate, and as I let the poster marinate, and as I let the synopsis marinate. I'll probably be back. Anyways, in the meantime and in between time, I will talk to you soon. Cheers.